Today we shall understand Excel table and data table. Excel table manages and analyzes a group of related data easily. It can turn a range of cell into an Excel table. Okay. Previously, this Excel table was also was called as Excel list. Data table are used in Excel to display a range of output given a range of different input. This data table can be of one variable data table or two variable data table. The one thing we have to remember is this data table and Excel table are totally different. Now let's understand both. Excel table. So Excel table, here we'll understand how to create a Excel table and create and format a Excel table. So first we have to select a cell. You have to go to home and click format as table. So from here we can select any format we want. So I'm just randomly selecting this. Here they are asking for confirmation of cell. Here we have taken P15. So we are saying yes. And here whether we want header, yes we want header. So we'll click here and click OK. Now here you have to go and drag it. So we got this table. We can create a border for this table. Select all the cell. Go to home. Select all border. We got the border. Now here we can, in the header we can add whatever headings we want. Here I've just written name and then maybe I'm writing age and then whatever we want. Okay. And after that we can enter the data, whatever data we want. Okay. So here I've already made this table. Here I've entered the data and made the table. Okay. Now here we can just go down, click here and we get we can sort it to from A to Z or Z to A. So we got sorted. So any alphabetic order A to Z or Z to A we can sort it out. Similarly for date we can just click here. We say oldest to newest or newest to oldest we can do. Okay. And amount, increasing order, that is smallest to largest or largest to smallest, whatever. Okay. This is the way we do sorting. In upcoming session we'll understand this advanced sorting methods. Now let's understand data table. Data table. Data table is a range of cell in which you can change the value in some of the cell and come up with different answer to the problem. Data table can be of two types, one variable data table or two variable, depending upon the number of variables or formula you need to test. In one variable data table, it is used if you want to see how different value of one variable in one or more formula will change the result by using the formula. Here, a one variable data table contains its input value either in single column, which is called as column oriented, or one variable column, or it can be across the row, which is row oriented, or one variable row. So any formula in one variable data table must refer to only one input cell. Now let's understand with an example. Here first we'll discuss one variable column. Here in this example we have taken investment as 5,000, year as 5 and rate of interest 4. Okay, and here we are supposed to calculate total balance. So given principal amount, number of year and rate of interest, we can calculate simple interest, and then simple interest plus principal amount will give you total balance. So here in this total balance, in this cell we will enter the formula. So formula for total balance, that is total amount, here is equal to principal amount plus simple interest. Simple interest is principal amount into period of time into rate of interest. Okay. Now we got this. This is the total amount. I have entered this in red because this is the cell reference. This is a cell reference of the total amount which we'll be using. Now we have to create a construct for one variable investment. Here in first column here we'll enter the current value. So whatever value here it is, that value will enter. So here it is 5,000. I just put it as current value. That is the value which is already given. Okay. Now and here in these cells we'll enter the values that needs to be calculated. So here it is 4,000. I'll just write 4,000, then 6,000, then 7,000, 8,000 and 9,000. Okay. Now these are the values. These are the investment amount for which we have to calculate the total balance. In this cell, we'll give the cell address of the total balance. Okay, or we can just type the formula here. So now here I am just giving the address of this cell, which is K36. Okay, so we got the amount. Now we have to select all these cells. Then go to data, click here. Now we get what if analysis. Click here. We have to go to data table. Now we got a dialog box which is asking for row input cell and column input cell. Since we are now calculating one variable column, we have to enter. We have to select this column input cell and enter this value. Click here and then do OK. So now we got, for all this principal investment amount, all this investment, the total balance will be this. Okay. Now we'll understand how to use one variable row. So here again, the investment, will take the same example. Here investment amount is 5,000, year is 5 and rate of interest is 5%. And this is total balance, that is total amount, and this is formula cell where we have entered the formula. Okay. Now here, this is one variable row. So first here this investment, we have to enter the current investment, that is the given investment. Here it is 5,000. 5,000. Okay. Now here, from here in all these cells we have to enter the investment amount for which we need total balance. So I'll type 6,000, then 7,000 and 8,000, 9,000 and 10,000. Okay. Now here in this cell, we have to give the cell a reference of formula cell, or we can enter the formula. Okay. So I'll just give cell reference of this cell. This is which is K36. Okay. Now we got the amount as 6,000. Now we have to select all these cells. Go to data, select what if analysis, data table. Here we got the dialog box which says row input cell and column input cell. Since we are doing one variable row, so we have to select one input row input cell here and select this cell. Click OK. Now here we got all the required total balance for the given investment amount. So this is how we calculate. We use one variable column and one variable row for data table. Now let's understand two variable data table. A two variable data table uses a formula that contains two lists of inputs. The formula must refer to two different input cells. Okay, so we will take this example only. Same example we'll take. The investment is 5,000. Year is 5. Rate of interest here is 4%. So here total balance we have to calculate. Total balance is total amount. So here we have to enter the formula, which is equal to investment amount plus the simple interest. So for this, simple interest is principal amount into number of years into rate of interest. Here rate of interest is given in percentage, so we will not write divided by 100. Okay, so here we got the answer as 6,000. Now we have to create a construct for two variables. Here the two variables which we are going to take is, one is investment and the other one is rate of interest. So these are the two variables we have taken in this example. So here this column I have just left it off. Here I am going to enter the amount, investment amount, for which the total balance needs to be calculated. So I'll enter it as 7,000, 8,000, any value, maybe 4,000 or 12,000. Okay, any value we can enter. Okay, here we'll enter rate of interest 6%. Then here I'll enter 7%. Here 8% and here 10%. Okay. Now in this cell we'll enter the formula or the cell reference of formula cell. M11 cell, we have to give the cell reference of the formula cell, which is 98. Okay, and then we'll enter it. So we got this amount. Now we have to select this entire row. Go and click data, then what if analysis, data table. Here we get a dialog box which asks for input, row input cell and column input cell. Here, since this is two variable data table, here we have taken rate of interest and investment amount as variables. So here in row it is showing rate. So here we'll go here and select this cell. For column input we'll be selecting investment. Now we'll click OK. And now we got the total balance for all the investment amount we have entered and give at the given interest rate. So this is how we create two variable data table. Here one thing we have to understand here is, once we have applied this operation, you cannot use Control Z to undo it. And if you want to delete a single cell, it's not possible to delete a single cell. Or even if you want to delete couple of cells, you cannot delete it because this is a array. Okay, so you can delete the entire array but not single or couple of cells. So now we'll try to delete the complete array, the entire array. Okay, so thus we can understand that if, in this data table you cannot modify a single cell, only as an entire array we can modify. Okay.